virology and serology section taking care of diagnosis of hepatitis B, hepatitis C, and HIV. He is a certified trainer of trainers in laboratory diagnosis of viral hepatitis by Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Government of India under National Viral Hepatitis Program. He is also a member of Board of Studies of CSGM University of Kanpur. He has served as Chief Doctor of Rama Medical College, Kanpur. He has published 14 publications in various national or international journals which are related to microbiology and infectious diseases.
I'll keep it.
He is the present infection control specialist in Madhuraj Hospital Private Limited. He is also providing his valuable services as the HOD of microbiology, clinical pathology, and molecular biology at Palival Diagnostic Private Limited in association with Lal Path Labs, Kanpur, UP. He has also been imparting teaching for last 14 years to both under and postgraduate students. In addition of this achievement, he is also a member of Medical Microbiology, a member of Indian Society of Critical Care Medicine, and he is also a member of UP Diabetic Association and Indian Medical Association. So I invite Dr. Vikas Mishra to deliver his valuable words.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your kind words. Before I start my presentation, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to Dr. Srivastav sir, Dr. Anjana, Dr. Gunjan, and entire team of HighCon Gwalior for your kind hospitality and inviting me as speaker. I must congratulate you all for organizing a national level state-of-art hospital infection control conference. So today I'll be taking topic on Hospital Infection Control Committee, structure, function and responsibilities. I shall be covering the topic under Hospital Infection Control Program. Hospital Infection Control Committee, what is the composition, objective, functions, a word about infection control team, roles and responsibilities of various stakeholders which are in Hospital Infection Control Committee, and lastly a word about surveillance and healthcare associated infection. Firstly, I would like to introduce you that infection control is nothing new. It is as old as mankind, and it has been documented in existence since 19th century. As you can see in this slide, we have pioneers like Ignaz Semmelweis, who is also known as father of hand hygiene, Sir Louis Pasteur, who gave cholera vaccine, anthrax vaccine, and also fermentation and pasteurization, Sir Joseph Lister, father of antiseptic surgery, Sir Robert Koch, father of microbiology, and lastly Florence Nightingale, founder of nursing. So, in its broadest sense, infection control includes all policies and procedures designed to minimize the occurrence of infection in a healthcare setting. Before we start with the Hospital Infection Control Committee, I would like to acknowledge this, that Hospital Infection Control Program is really very, very important measure. It actually operates at 3 levels. Number 1, we have an advisory body, which is Hospital Infection Control Committee. It adopts legislative role of making policies. Then we have an executive body, which is Infection Control Team. It adopts an expertise role of monitoring, surveillance and training of infection control practices as per the policies laid down in the third Infection Control Manual. Infection Control Manual is a book which includes evidence-based infection control policies and procedures. So what is the purpose of Hospital Infection Control Committee? The main purpose is to develop guidelines and coordinate implementation of infection control program across the hospital. The objectives of HICC is to objectively and systematically monitor and evaluate the quality and appropriateness of all hospital activities related to infection control for patients, staff, and even visitors, to assure that infection control policies and procedures are consistently being followed throughout the hospital, to assess nosocomial infection rates through regular surveillance with identification of threshold of infection rates beyond which an action, investigation, and intervention is indicated, to review and update infection control policies periodically, and of course to ensure compliance to NABH accreditation standards related to hospital infection control practices. Therefore, HICC provides a forum for multidisciplinary input and cooperation and information sharing required for hospital infection control and prevention. HICC is advisory to the infection control team and the medical superintendent, and it makes its recommendation to them as per infection control program of that healthcare facility. Composition of HICC. As I told you, it is a multidisciplinary committee. First, it includes a chairperson, which is usually a person from management. Usually it can be a hospital director, administrator, or even a medical superintendent. Then we have a secretary, also known as convener, who is usually a clinical microbiologist designated as infection control officer. We also have hospital infection control nurse named as hospital infection surveillance nurse, heads of all clinical, medical and surgical departments, hospital nursing superintendent, OT supervisor, in charge of CSSD, in charges of hospital's kitchen, laundry, pharmacy, housekeeping, biomedical engineer, quality manager, HR manager, facility and safety officer, and some even prefer to keep an epidemiologist in HICC. Therefore, it is a multidisciplinary committee. The functions of HICC. Primarily, it is to allocate budget for implementation of hospital infection control program. Then, healthcare associated infection surveillance analysis, that is catheter acquired urinary tract infection, central line associated bloodstream infection, ventilator associated events or pneumonia, surgical site infection, and infected bed sores. It develops system for identification, reporting, analyzing, and controlling of healthcare associated infection, making policies for antibiotic uses, implementing antibiotic stewardship program, outbreak management, review and update infection control policies and guidelines from time to time. HICC is also monitoring the staff health. It also holds the responsibility of periodically organizing education and training program for all staff. And here I would like to also mention induction training is also a very important aspect of this training program. Communicates and cooperates with other departments of the hospital such as pharmacy, CSSD, kitchen, laundry, housekeeping, etc. HICC also reviews risks associated with new technologies and monitor infectious risks of new devices and products prior to their approval for use in the hospital. It is very important to note that this committee shall meet regularly, not less than once a month and as often as required with the recent changed NABH guidelines according to 5th edition. Then we have an infection control team. It is very important to form the dream team as it is the most important part of hospital infection control committee comprising of infection control officer, which is a microbiologist, infection control nurse. Infection control team members are responsible for day-to-day functions of infection control activities in a healthcare setting. The objectives of this infection control team is to develop an HIC manual of evidence-based policies and procedures for aseptic, isolation, and various aseptic techniques. Also perform target surveillance of healthcare associated infections, its data analysis, and take corrective actions followed by presentation in HICC meeting. Training of staff in prevention and control of HAIs. Monitoring of staff health and taking measures to prevent staff to patient and patient to staff spread or transmission of infection. Investigations of any outbreak and controlling outbreaks by rectification of technical lapses if present. Advice on isolation procedures and infection control measures. Conducting infection control audits in various other departments such as biomedical waste, kitchen, laundry, and CSSD. It also includes infection of waste disposal, laundry, and kitchen. Monitoring and advice on safe use of antibiotics is also an objective of infection control team. Now, particularly roles of the stakeholders, primary stakeholders in HICC. What is the role of HICC chairperson? The management and or medical superintendent of the healthcare facility must provide leadership by supporting hospital infection control program, and he or she must regularly conduct and actively participate in all HICC meetings. Identify and provide resources such as presence of hand hygiene facility in every patient care area, having isolation rooms or wards, provision of disinfectants and personal protective equipments at all nursing counters. Also provide adequate manpower, that is doctor, nursing staff, paramedical and housekeeping staff also. Then to monitor healthcare associated infections as per the data provided by the infection control team and help in smoothly applying the most appropriate measures for reducing or eliminating these infections, and also periodically review the status of HAI in their hospital and effectiveness of interventions taken to contain these HAIs. Ensuring that each staff of healthcare facility is being educated and trained to comply to infection control program. Reviewing, approving and implementing policies approved by HICC, and also ensuring that infection control team has the authority to implement this hospital infection control program. Then, what is the role of the HICC secretary or convener? Usually, infection control officer is the secretary or convener of HICC. He or she is an expert in the field of infection control and is 24 hours available to give advice on all aspects of infection control. He acts as a liaison officer between Infection Control Committee members and the management of the healthcare setting. He or she receives all the surveillance report and information pertaining to healthcare associated infections and initiates necessary actions based on these reports. Also initiates surveillance programs and research activities in the institution. He or she must keep oneself abreast with the recent development in the field of infection control and also impart sharing this information to other HICC members. Also, he or she should educate and provide feedback to the clinicians using surveillance and antibiogram data of that healthcare facility. And of course, conduct monthly meetings of Hospital Infection Control Committee. Role of the microbiologist. Usually in most of the healthcare settings, infection control officer is the microbiologist, so he takes the roles and responsibilities of the microbiologist. So the roles of microbiologist are handling patient and staff specimen to maximize the likelihood of a microbiological diagnosis, developing guidelines for appropriate collection, transport, and handling of specimens, ensuring laboratory practices meet appropriate standards, performing antimicrobial susceptibility testing following internationally recognized methods, and providing summary reports of prevalence of resistance to various antibiotics, timely communication of results to the Infection Control Committee, and epidemiological typing of hospital-associated microorganisms where necessary. Then we also have an infection control coordinator, which could be a medical superintendent or even a critical care specialist or ICU in charge. He or she should take visit of the hospital periodically to ensure all infection control practices are being correctly practiced. Coordinates with the infection control officer in planning infection control programs and measures. Also keeps a track on any developing outbreak. Participates and guides in research activities. Also, management of proper isolation techniques, particularly in high-risk areas. Ensures provision of hand hygiene hospital-wide. Develops standards for management of proper insertion and maintenance of all medical devices. What is the role of clinicians and doctors? This slide is really very important for you all. The role of the doctors are to comply with the practices approved by Hospital Infection Control Committee, complying with the antibiotic policy which is recommended by the Infection Control Committee, obtaining appropriate microbiological specimen on suspecting infection and sending it timely for testing, notifying cases of healthcare associated infections to infection control team, as well as admitting these infected patients, advising staff, patients, and even visitors on measures preventing transmission of infection, following appropriate practice of hand hygiene, use of personal protective equipments, and isolation protocols, providing direct patient care using practices which minimize infection, protecting their patients and staff from other infected patients admitted in that area, serving on the Infection Control Committee and their active participation, and most important, supporting the infection control team to implement hospital infection control program. One of the most important person in the HICC is infection control nurse, also known as infection control surveillant. He or she ensures that all the established policies and protocols are practiced. Example, hand hygiene, isolation policies, care of vascular access, care of tubings, that is urinary catheter, respiratory devices, following universal or standard precautions, terminal cleaning and disinfection of high-risk areas, follow-up of needle stick injury cases. He or she works as an investigator along with the Infection Control Committee to track down the outbreaks, evaluates equipments to detect risks leading to infection hazards, works as an educator by practicing formal and informal teaching programs for all staff, not only nursing staff, housekeeping and class 4 staff also. Ensures adequate isolation precautions based on microbiological reports of the patient. Daily monitoring of housekeeping, laundry, kitchen and CSSD services. Perform surveillance of healthcare associated infections including surgical site infection and collect the data accordingly. Spot surveillance to assess peripheral line, central venous catheters, other urinary catheters and hospital waste disposal. Before I end my topic, a word about surveillance, because surveillance is coming in every slide. Surveillance is a continuous, dynamic and circular process. As per Lee and Baker, it is a systematic method of collecting, consolidating and analyzing data concerning the distribution and determinants of a given disease or an event, followed by dissemination of that information to those who can improve the outcome. Although healthcare associated infection will be covered by other esteemed speakers, healthcare associated infection is infection in a hospitalized patient which were not present or incubating at the time of admission. That is, any new infection acquired in a healthcare setting in the course of treatment. Prevention of these nosocomial infection is the responsibility not only of the infection control team, but all individuals and services provided by the healthcare setting. Hospital policies and procedures are applied to prevent spread of infection in the hospital. You can categorize these healthcare associated infection as per designated high risk areas, that is medical ICU and surgical ICU. In medical ICU, you have catheter associated urinary tract infection, ventilator associated event or pneumonia, central line based